Hello friends, have you already booked your ticket to Mars? If yes, then you're truly among those who think far ahead. But if you haven't even thought about it yet, better speed up your thinking, because Elon Musk is planning to establish a colony on Mars by 2026. Do you know what that means? It means very soon, we humans will be able to live on a planet other than Earth. Yes, it feels incredibly exciting to think about, but also a bit strange, doesn't it? Because the thought of leaving Earth and living somewhere else never really crossed our minds. It'll be tough to let go of such a deep connection. Anyway, let's look forward for now. And let's dive into those questions that must be swirling in your mind after hearing about settling on Mars. Questions like, why do we even need to leave Earth? With so many planets in our solar system, why have we chosen Mars? Is Mars similar to Earth? Are there possibilities of life there in the future? Or was there ever life there before? Does Mars currently show any signs of life? And if we have to live somewhere far from Earth, why not just go to the moon? The answers to all these questions and more are waiting for you in this video. So, get ready for a journey that's far-reaching and full of thrill, because this is a journey to Mars. NASA is gearing up to send astronauts to Mars by 2037 to confirm the possibilities of life there and give human life a new beginning. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has a firm plan to establish a human colony on Mars by 2026. Yes, even before NASA. But what's the rush to reach Mars and settle humans there? There's definitely a reason. The way Earth's resources are depleting rapidly and nature's balance is tipping. Disaster could strike here any time. Ice could melt, earthquakes could hit, and pandemics could take a terrifying turn. Stephen Hawking once said we'll have to leave Earth because destruction could happen at any moment. And Elon Musk points out that just like an asteroid wiped out dinosaurs 65 million years ago, such events could happen again in the future. So, we need to find another home for ourselves. And we humans need to become a multi-planetary species, living on multiple planets. That's why his company SpaceX is working rapidly on terraforming Mars, making it Earth-like so human life can thrive there. It's exciting to think about moving to a new place, and this will be a completely new world, or rather an entirely new planet. It sparks hope that this planet will live up to its name, Mars, bringing prosperity and good fortune. Don't you think this will be a tough decision for us? Because all we've ever read and heard is that we live on Earth. The sky is blue, a day is 24 hours, and a year has 365 days. But once a colony is established on Mars, all of that will change, won't it? But why Mars specifically? To find out, you'll have to continue this journey with us. So come along, but tread carefully because this is a journey to Mars. You already know our solar system has 8 planets, divided into inner and outer planets. Inner planets are closer to the Sun, while outer planets are much farther away. The inner planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These are terrestrial, meaning they have a solid surface. The outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These are gaseous planets, made of gas with no solid surface. Now, the reason we chose Mars is the possibility of life there, while other planets show no such signs. Mercury, being the closest to the Sun, is scorching hot, with daytime temperatures reaching 430 degrees C and nighttime dropping to 180 degrees. We can't even imagine surviving that, let alone living there. Then there's Venus, rains of sulfuric acid, no water, and temperatures so high it's the hottest planet, with air pressure 90 times that of Earth. No way we can live there. Jupiter is made of gas, so landing there would be like landing on a cloud. You can't live on a cloud, right? Similarly, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are too far from the Sun and also gaseous, so no plans to go there for now. Earth, we're already living here. Mars, the 4th planet from the Sun, is close to Earth and has a solid surface like ours. It's not too far from the Sun, meaning it's neither too hot nor too cold compared to other planets. Mars is the one planet where human survival seems possible. But is it really that simple? Before you get your hopes up and start imagining a normal life on Mars like Earth, let me tell you, life there won't be easy. Mars can't become a second Earth anytime soon. If someone steps foot on Mars today, the radiation there could be deadly. The low temperatures, lack of oxygen, and low atmospheric pressure would not welcome you but put your life at risk. So if you're dreaming of visiting Mars, pack everything you need to survive. You might be surprised to hear this, but you can't just stand on Mars yet. It's not habitable for humans. Only rovers are exploring it right now. Getting to Mars is tough, and getting humans there is even tougher. Even if we manage to reach it, we'd need to pack everything for survival to live there and return safely. You can't drink river water, pick fruit from trees, or drive home like on Earth. So why all the preparations to go to Mars? Good question. The biggest reason we're exploring Mars is that it's the only planet besides Earth where signs of life seem possible. Mars is a great way to find out if life exists elsewhere in the universe. Evidence suggests Mars once had lots of water, was warm enough to live on, and had an atmosphere that could support life. It gives us hope and clues about life. But what is Mars like now? Will its days be like Earth's? Does it have a moon we can gaze at in the night sky? Let's find out by getting to know Mars up close. Mars, also called the Red Planet, gets its name from the Roman god of war, and fun fact, the month of March is named after Mars too. Isn't that interesting? Mars is about 4.6 billion years old and is the second smallest planet in the solar system after Mercury. It's strange to think we're planning to move to a smaller planet, but what can we do? If we had valued Earth properly, we wouldn't be packing our bags to leave this big, beautiful planet. Mars is 228 million kilometers from the Sun, while Earth is about 151.2 million kilometers away. Sunlight takes 12.6 minutes to reach Mars compared to 8. The solar system. Mars' mass is about 10 times less than Earth's, and you'd need over 6 Mars-sized planets to match Earth's volume. If you tried to match the Sun's volume, you'd need 7 million Mars-sized planets. Mind-blowing, right? If you love jumping, Mars is the place for you. You can jump 3 times higher than on Earth because Mars' gravity is only 38% of Earth's. That sounds fun, but low gravity can also damage bones. Here's some good news. If you weigh 100 kilos on Earth, you'd weigh only 38 kilos on Mars, thanks to that low gravity. Mars is about half the size of Earth, with a diameter of 6,779 kilometers, 53% of Earth's, and a surface area of 144.8 million square kilometers, about 28% of Earth's, roughly equal to Earth's dry land. Mars has 2 natural satellites, Phobos and Deimos, much smaller than Earth's moon and irregularly shaped. Discovered in 1877, their origins are unclear, possibly asteroids captured by Mars' gravity or formed from debris long ago. Phobos is larger and slowly spiraling toward Mars. Scientists think it may eventually crash into the planet or break apart. That's far in the future, though. A day on Mars is 24 hours and 37 minutes, 37 minutes longer than Earth's. But a year on Mars is 687 days, so you'll wait almost twice as long for your birthday. This is because Mars' orbit is more elliptical, taking nearly twice as long to circle the Sun. You might know Mars is called the Red Planet, but it's not because it's hot. Its red color comes from iron oxide, rust in its soil and rocks, giving it a reddish hue. Mars isn't warm, it's a cold desert with an average temperature of 62 degrees C. Why is Mars so cold? Its atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide, 1.9% argon, 1.9% nitrogen, and traces of oxygen, carbon monoxide, water vapor, and methane. Earth's atmosphere, by contrast, is 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases. Mars' thin atmosphere, 100 times thinner than Earth's, can't trap heat, and its greater distance from the Sun keeps it cold. This thin atmosphere also means low pressure, preventing liquid water from existing on the surface. Water on Mars is mostly frozen in dust, thin clouds, or polar ice caps. Evidence of ancient floods and a lake under the South Pole raises hopes for water and life in Mars' future. Oxygen on Mars is scarce, and its cold, CO2-heavy atmosphere makes breathing impossible without your own supply. But NASA's experiments have started producing oxygen on Mars, so there's hope for the future. We've known about Mars for a long time, not as a planet, but as a bright star in the sky. Galileo Galilei was the first to observe it through a telescope in 1610. Thanks to science, we now know much more about its surface and potential for life. Quick question. What's Earth's axial tilt? 23.5 degrees? Correct. Mars's tilt is 25.2 degrees, so it has seasons like Earth, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, but they're about twice as long. Spring lasts 194 days, autumn 142 days. Mars has volcanoes and canyons like Earth. The solar system's tallest mountain, Olympus Mons, a volcano, stands at 21.9 km, over twice Mount Everest's height. Mars also has the solar system's largest canyon, Valles Marineris, stretching 4,000 kilometers long and 7 kilometers deep, dwarfing Earth's Grand Canyon, 446 kilometers long, 1.6 kilometers deep. Mars's surface also has craters, the largest being 200 kilometers wide and 8 kilometers deep. It's comforting to know Mars has Earth-like features, but can you imagine life without trees? Growing trees on Mars is tough. Its soil lacks nutrients and the climate is too cold. Early crops might work, and bamboo could grow since it doesn't need much nutrition. But Earth-like trees might take 100 years. Shouldn't we care for Earth's trees in the meantime? Mars lacks a strong magnetic field, unlike Earth, which protects us from solar wind, charged particles from the sun. Without it, Mars' atmosphere can't shield life, and solar radiation is a danger. Mars also has dust storms that can last months, disrupting research. What would the sun look like from Mars? Smaller, about 2/3 its size from Earth, because Mars is farther from the sun. The sky, not blue but red, due to iron-rich dust scattering light. Sunrises and sunsets appear blue, while the sky stays yellow-orange. Without this dust, Mars's sky would look nearly black. Mars has seen many missions. NASA's rovers, Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, Curiosity and Perseverance, explore its surface. Mars exploration began in the 1960s, with the US, Russia, India and the European Space Agency sending missions. India's Mangalyaan, 2013, made history as the first Asian nation to reach Mars orbit on its first try, joining NASA, Roscosmos and ESA. Only the US and Soviet Union have landed spacecraft on Mars. SpaceX aims to send 100 people to Mars with a reusable rocket, cutting costs and space debris. Elon Musk plans to produce fuel on Mars using CO2 and water to make methane and oxygen, ensuring return trips. Why not the Moon instead of Mars? The Moon's day-night temperature swings are extreme, 300 degrees, unlike Mars' more stable climate. Mars has a thin atmosphere, the Moon has none. Mars' gravity, though lower than Earth's, is stronger than the Moon's. Mars has some water, the Moon's is limited to its poles. Mars, a planet with its own geology, offers more for scientific exploration than the Moon, a piece of Earth. One final question for you. Earth gives us air, land, gravity, skies, water and trees. While we plan Mars colonies, can't we save Earth? Can't we preserve it so we can count stars, rest under trees and breathe freely for centuries? If you enjoyed this Mars journey, like and share this video. Comment your thoughts, subscribe to Quick Support, and hit the bell icon for more content.